And a good spiritual morning to you once again. I'm Father Cosmas. Thanks for joining me today for a quick chat and, of course, our morning cup of coffee. And this coming Sunday, we celebrate the Holy Apostles. Every year on June 30th, we remember the Holy Apostles. And so it gets me thinking about, really the impact. And I mean, there's countless things we could say about the Holy Apostles, but the idea of what an impact a small group of people can make. What an impact one person can make. Remember that these 12 people are sent, all over the world, and they preach in all different areas, all different countries. And because of their presence, because of the presence of one person in many cases, or just a handful of people, they change a whole society around them. And sometimes we can lose sight of that. We can sort of see ourselves as being small and unimportant. But realistically, we are incredibly powerful. We have the ability to influence and to minister to so many people in our day-to-day life. And so it's sort of accepting that kind of apostolic responsibility, but also honor on ourselves as being part of the Church of the Apostles to say, hey, what am I doing to the people around me? How am I impacting them? Because I can really have a huge impact on them. I can really touch their lives in tremendous ways, and in a couple of ways. One, well, we can be sharing the good news of Christ with them. And are we doing that? Really, and are we effective at trying to do that? Are we at least trying to do it? But also the lives that we can touch around us just by bringing the love of God, by bringing the love of Christ, the mercy of Christ to them. I mean, pastorally, we call that a ministry of presence, right? Sometimes it's just physically being there. It's not, well, what am I going to say? I don't know what to say. Don't worry about what to say. Just be there, right? More often than not, it's you just show up and just be present and be there, and you touch lives. And people see the love of Christ in you. When they're low, when they're struggling, when they're in need, just sort of saying a little hello, a little how are you, a little do you need anything? Sometimes it's just shooting a text, it's making a phone call, it's just being around, just showing up in people's lives. The impact of a few people, even one person, that they can have on all of the lives around them, and then expanding exponentially. Because then if you touch or you have an impact on 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 people, and then those people have that example, that joy and that love that you've shown them, now they have a piece of it, and now they each touch 5, 10, or 20 people, all of a sudden one person has impacted hundreds of people and eventually thousands of people. And every ring that you move out concentrically, more and more and more. What a blessing for us to be able to do that. So I think we need to empower ourselves as Christians, as Orthodox Christians, and realize, wow, I can do a lot if I just have that sort of idea in my head that it's my responsibility, just like the apostles, to go out and to share love, the love of Christ, and to share the good news, and to be present in people's lives. It's not about preaching. It's not about, beating them up or judging them, or sometimes even inviting them. That can be there too. But just sort of being there and sharing the love and joy of Christ. When we do that, we're witnessing. We're bringing the presence of Christ to them. And when we do that, it grows and it snowballs. And all of a sudden we have this huge impact on the people that are around us. And that's something that we want to be doing as Christians, right? If we're not sharing the love and the joy of the gospel, what are we doing? If we're not touching lives around us and bringing people to Christ, what are we doing? That's the greatest blessing that we can have in our lives, and a blessing that we should want each and every day. Amen.